on the previous episode.
He's just stupid cheap. Like 5.5k, you're going to see me buy this one right now. At that point, it's pretty much, I'm buying Denzel Ward for the cheapest 83 overall. What is up, YouTube? Episode 97 of the No Money Spent. Gonna be a long episode today, but I want to focus your attention on the right side of this banner. The Bo Knows content drop on the right side. Blitz Champion 94 Bo Jackson arriving the 25th of November. So I don't know if Blitz is going to start on the Thursday and not Friday. We're probably going to get more information on that early in next week. But hopping in today's video, man, we got content, squad update. We took a trip to the moon when it came to investments. I've actually got legend updates for tomorrow. A whole lot of stuff. But on your screen, you log in, you get this 85 Bo Jackson. We talked about this yesterday. He's probably going to have some objectives to upgrade him over the holiday season. But right now, he's just not that good of a card. Khalil Mack hopping into the Harvest Part 2 champions. Khalil Mack, almost 90 overall on every stat for the face card. If you play FIFA, Hullet Gang is a thing. 80 overall on every face card stat. Khalil Mack also almost has 90 overall on every stat. So he's just an overall beast. I'll get into why I like him over Matthew Judon at left outside linebacker. Alvin Kamara, probably the new best running back in the game, tied for the fastest speed with Chase Edmonds, I believe. I don't know, Chase Edmonds might have 94, but Alvin Kamara, 93 speed stock, as well as receiving back archetype. It's the best archetype for running backs because you get backfield master for 1 AP. And then the big drop, the big juicer, Tyreek Hill, 94 speed. Unfortunately, Tyreek Hill was going to be one of our investments going into Blitz. However, you can't really hate on Madden. Madden's been on a roll, I feel like, for content. Most feared, great. Harvest, great. The only real bad, I think, it's AL, is this Matthew Stafford, unfortunately. 95 overall, going up to 96 overall, powered up strong arm quarterbacks. Don't get any unique abilities, so they can't get, like, for example, Gunslinger and Hot Route Master, or Gunslinger and Escape Artist. Like, they don't get anything unique, so he's pretty much the same as, like, a Josh Allen or a Jim Kelly in terms of a strong arm quarterback. For the limited time cards, Matthew Judon, I know there was a lot of talk in the community. Was it Matthew Judon? Was it a Bengals player? Ends up being Matthew Judon. A really good card. Unfortunately, I think Khalil Mack is just slightly better, although Khalil Mack, I believe now, is out for the season, if I remember right, and Matthew Judon is having a hell of a year. I think he leads the NFL in sacks with 10.5. And then Evan Engram. You want to talk about a really fast card. 92 speed is actually the fastest speed tight end, not by 1, but 2 speed, I believe. As well as 77 run blocking is not too bad. Evan Engram, though, only on the Giants theme team. In other news, they did unfortunately take away the house rules to get the AFC and NFC heroes for 25 wins, and they replaced them with probably the worst house rules maybe of all time. Pretty much the house rule stipulations, like the game mode this week, is just like an NFL overtime where you get one. If you start on offense, you get one drive to score, or if you start on defense, you have to get a stop. But pretty much this past week, if you played house rules, that's how it was played. It was kind of like if you scored on offense first, their opponent would quit. And if you got to stop, your opponent would quit. That's pretty much how it went. And it was 25 wins for the 92 overall hero. This week, it's 100 wins for 92 NCAT hero, which is basically the 92 overall Harvest players. And as NCATs, their value is actually 25,000 coins, like in terms of the market, because they quick sell for 2,500 training. Well, we know training is 10 coins per now. So it's a 25,000 coin card for 100 wins, which probably is going to take way too long. If they wanted to make it more realistic, I'd say 50 wins, but even that is way too many for a 90. Like, it should be a 94 champion for 100 wins. That is absurd. In other news, the Bo Jackson, you get a 91 overall from the yard. The objectives look really easy. I don't know if you need to buy like an equipment with credits. And then as well, the MCS tournament, the Thanksgiving tournament, is actually going on right now. The 2 dates is not like 19th through the 24th. It's just a 2-day tournament. So the first day, the first 2 rounds are the 19th from 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then the second day is just going to be the 24th. And I believe it's from the same time, like 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time all the way to like 6:30. So if you want to get the 92 Randy Moss, you pretty much have to watch it combined, I believe, 3 hours over both days. So 6 hours in total. A little long, but eventually I believe there's a 97 card at the very end. If you get all like the Tyreek Hill, the Randy Moss, and the 2 other MCS champions, you get a 97 overall, basically golden ticket in like late January. But now we're going to hop into some squad upgrades, and when squad upgrades come, we're going to have to lose some players. So unfortunately, we're going to have to get rid of DK Metcalf, Jair Alexander, Brandon Marshall, and then not shown on the screen, Derrick Henry. Some real legends to the club. Sold Brandon Marshall for $570K. I ended up quick selling DK and Jair because after tax, if I were to sell them for like 140,000 coins, it was basically cheaper than the training value, so I just discarded those. By the way, whenever you're getting rid of cards, check to see what coins you'll get back after tax and see if you would basically, if that's the cheapest training, because if it is, you might as well just discard the cards. As well, I kind of teased that I was working towards this. I did get the 25 wins for the house rules this past week, finished it Thursday night, got Indomitian Sue, so now I have both the AFC and NFC heroes. I think those cards are really later on in the year. People are going to regret not doing them or not playing the solos, not playing the house rules to get those cards because they're really helpful in terms of split 25-25 out of theme teams. But hopping in now into the actual upgrades, we're going to start things off. I mean, if you didn't think I was getting Tyreek Hill, I'm a Chiefs fan. I love Tyreek Hill as a player. I personally think he's the best. I think he has the most impact on the field as a wide receiver. The defense, man, they double team, triple team on almost every play. I don't see another wide receiver getting that type of respect. But Tyreek Hill as well, the 92 overall harvest cards that came out today in terms of end caps you get from solos. 4 out of the 6 cards, right? Elijah Vera-Tucker, Mark Andrews, Denzel Ward, and I'm missing one player, Deebo Samuel. I really high meta cards for you budget players. Do the sets, just get the end caps back at worst. You can sell back the champion. It will not cost you a lot per card, but we're also, I kind of passed over it. Was actually just looking through the limited edition price and came across a Evan Engram for 550,000 coins. At the time, he was going for 650. So we picked up Evan Engram, but I showed you on the screen, this is why I wasn't getting Matthew Judon for my team and why I'm choosing Khalil Mack. Pretty much at every single important category as a pass rusher. Speed, and then the block shedding and pass rushing or power move, finesse move. Khalil Mack is just better as well. I checked the trades on MutGG. Matt Judon does not have all the pass rushing traits active, while Khalil Mack does. So Khalil Mack is going to be a hell pass rusher. He has every single trait, like it's like high motor, uses power move, uses finesse move, uses bull rush. It's all yes. So Khalil Mack has all those. And then I know this is a big problem for a lot of people is Alvin Kamara. Yes, he got a 94 overall card. However, the 90 overall Gridiron Guardian card needed to power up in the Alvin Kamara. There's no power up pass as of right now. At the time when I got Alvin Kamara, the 90 overall Gridiron Guardian was going for 300,000 coins, which is just absurd. Luckily, I was able to snipe a couple of the Alvin or the 86s to go into the Alvin Kamara set for cheap. It ended up costing me like 170,000 to do the set. However, right now, Alvin Kamara is down to like 160, 170,000 coins. If you want to wait and be patient, maybe when Bo Jackson comes out next week, you probably get Alvin Kamara in his 90 overall Gridiron Guardian for a lot cheaper. But last 2 upgrades, and it kind of hints at where I'm going moving forward with my chemistry. Picked up Deebo Samuel as well. Deebo Samuel got a hidden +1 speed boost just like Denzel Ward. They just didn't announce it. As well as I picked up Jason Verrett. So I'm going to be going to Niners 25 out of 25 theme teams. So Deebo Samuel and Jason Verrett both going to have 97 speed, as well as all my receivers. Well, Tyreek Hill has 97 speed. Robbie Anderson has 97 speed. Antonio Brown is in my team right now because of his route running archetype. I'm able to have route technician and slot apprentice for super cheap AP, which is kind of needed in terms of my budget for AP. So Antonio Brown at 95 speed is still my team, but I might switch him out for Deebo Samuel, who's at 97 speed now, so I can have 3 97 receivers, 97 speed receivers. That would just be absurd. But I have backfield master on Alvin Kamara. Those are my abilities on offense. We have what? Tyreek Hill's new, Evan Ingram's new, Pat's really new, Alvin Kamara's new. So a lot new on offense. Really, the O-line only stayed the same. Defensively, Jason Verrett has moved into my slot cornerback. Gets up to a 96 overall at 25 to 25 Niners. Also 97 speed, a really dope card. Dion as well, part of the Niners theme team. We moved Ted Hendricks to middle linebacker. Demoted Junior Seau just for the overall sake, because Ted Hendricks is still just a beast, right? 6'7", and then Khalil Mack is going to take that left outside linebacker spot. And unfortunately, I was going to pick up Matthew Judon to kind of play backup left outside linebacker, but I needed Charles Haley for the ×3 Niners chem. So that's going to be defensively. I don't have the ability set because I am getting rid of film study, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Also, I love Jason Verrett because he's zone archetype, so he can get mid-zone KO for 1 AP instead of 2. It's really important, so that's why I basically really built my team around Jason Verrett. I loved his card, right? Flashback card, I don't have any flashback cards in my team. Love the card art, love the player. He also rocks number 2, and you see the Niners chem on the Jordan uniform. It's kind of a new thing that you can put I don't know if I mentioned it, but you can put the any chem on the Jordan uniforms, any like alternate uniforms. So that's my team, 25 out of 25 Niners team. Now we're going to get into the investing part of this episode, and I'm going to be honest, I was off on most feared part 2. I was a little rusty. Even last week I was kind of wrong in terms of training. Thought training would slowly rise from Friday up to Saturday night, but eventually last week it just crashed. By the way, I can't get rid of Big Ben. I mean, this one's up for 400,000 coins. I just want my coins back at this point for Big Ben Roethlisberger. So I'm trying to sell my last one. I've had that card for something like 3 or 4 days. I've been trying to sell him. But if we go to my correlates, you see we only have 19 left, as well as the coins in the top right, 18.5 mil, even after all my upgrades. So you see the coin balance, it's booming, and our investments, booming. Basically, my 2 out of the 6, or Mark Andrews was one of kind of our low-key investments, right? Not top 3. Denzel Ward was our big investment that boomed, but we're going to talk about those prices in a bit. In terms of investments kind of that are failed, I was able to sell off a Devontae Adams for like 33,000 coins. Trent Brown was able to sell off for 10,000 coins today. But moving on to our investments, I was really spot on in terms of where I think the core elites would react. I talked about Tyreek Hill and Khalil Mack yesterday. You were able to I had said comfortably just sell them off. I sold my Khalil Macks off at 35k. Well, today he's just stayed at 35k. So we were good with that. We didn't lose out any coins. We didn't gain any coins. Khalil Mack has basically stayed the same in terms of his core elite, but now I talked about this. I really hope you guys listen and trust me now when I talk about these core elites, that I feel like it's just much better to wait and sell them on content release day. Mark Andrews yesterday was still 10,000 coins after his announcement. I said, hold on to Mark Andrews, hold on to Denzel Ward, because there are not a lot of them on the auction house, and they eventually, when Friday comes and everyone buys them for the power up, they're going to be taken off the auction house. They aren't like Khalil Mack and Tyreek Hill, where there's 100 of them. There was 25 Denzel Wards and 10 Mark Andrews. And well, Denzel Ward, you can see, if you remember, we were buying, even in the intro of this video, I was buying them up until yesterday for under 6,000 coins. And now I know there's only one up for 78,000. Pretty much he's going for 45,000 coins right now. I even sold a couple. I sold it was 8 or 9 for 27, 25,000. Basically, it was noon my time. But I waited. I saw there was less and less Denzel Wards being listed. And eventually, Denzel Ward got up to 45,000 coins. I was able to sell off my last 10 from anywhere from 40 all the way up to 52,000 coins. You see in the top right, that was the highest I sold Denzel Ward for. In terms of how much we made, I mean, I bought him on average for 6.5k. But that's 22 Denzel Ward. So it was 150,000 coins pretty much I put into Denzel Ward, and I got back over 500,000. Absurd profit on Denzel Ward. Absurd profit on Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews, we were buying at 8,000 coins. We sold our three off at 39, 39, and 42,000 coins. I hope you guys profited insanely on those correlates. It really shows going forward, going into Christmas, going into Blitz, going into really anything. We're not so going to be targeting those champion cards, but more the middle tier cards, because they're just more used basically in the Madden community. When someone does a set, like a champion set, they're going to be choosing Denzel Ward, Mark Andrews every single time. While not necessarily everyone can afford the Tyreek Hills, even though they're cheap. They're only 250,000 coins right now. Not everyone can afford Tyreek Hill, Khalil Mack, but everyone basically, even through solos, through objectives, they can get those 92 overall Harvest Heroes. And well, when they get those cards, they're probably going to want to power them up. And well, they need their core elite. So really going forward, we're going to be targeting those low elites basically into the mid-tier cards that the content drops. In terms of the training market, it pretty much did exactly what we thought it would. It went down to 10 coins per. It's probably going to slowly drop over the weekend, especially when Matt Stafford is out of the reroll. It's probably going to finish at probably 8.5, 9 coins for training going into next week. Matthew Judon, on the other hand, in terms of where are we targeting our limited investments at, well, Matthew Judon I don't love as much as Evan Engram. I still think he's a solid investment, just like Nick Bosa last week. I think Matthew Judon is going to settle around 450,000. Hopefully, pretty much anything under 475, I think it's a solid investment. But hopefully later tonight, remember, we like to buy these cards from 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 11, which I know it's late, you East Coast players. It's 11 to 2, but it's just the cheapest. When these cards are the cheapest. In terms of Evan Engram, this is a carbon copy of Robbie Anderson, except it has more security because tight ends are less dropped than wide receivers. So, as well, he has +2 speed on the next tight end. So, when's the next tight end, like legend or card coming out that's going to be better than Evan Engram, and then when's the next tight end that's going to come out that's going to be faster than Evan Engram. Robbie Anderson, we talked about, wide receivers get dropped every week. You can never be, like I was saying, get rid of Robbie Anderson early in the week. You never know when EA can drop, and they dropped Tyreek Hill, and while Robbie Anderson dropped like 100,000 coins. So Evan Engram, though, Robbie Anderson, we were buying for 700K last week. Evan Engram actually is kind of a little up at 655. Remember, I bought mine for 550. He had pretty much been 600K all week. I think we're going to be able to buy Evan Engram at 550,000 coins later tonight. And just like the Robbie Anderson, I love that investment. I'm probably going to buy 4 to 5 of him. Hopefully you guys buy 1 or 2. I think he just has the Robbie Anderson trajectory where we're going to be buying it for 550 and he's going to be at like 750 basically early next week. In terms of Matthew Stafford, where am I buying him? Well, we were again spot on where we think his price would be at. I thought he'd be basically what we call like the 300K limited cards, like basically discards, because they're just they can't go much lower because they discard for 250. So Matthew Stafford right now 320,000 coins. I expect him to be 300,000 coins tomorrow night. Try to get him for basically 295 and under, 290 and under. You have to though expect with Matthew Stafford, like Jabril Peppers, like T.Y. Hilton, like Travis Kelce, the ceiling for Matthew Stafford as an investment is not super high. You're probably going to be looking at best case scenario. You buy for 290, you sell for like 370, 380 later on next week. Probably going to buy. I'm not going to go overboard with the Matt Stafford investments, but I'm going to pick up a few. In terms of our legends tomorrow, because remember, I'm not uploading No Money Spent tomorrow. It's actually going to be a training reroll video. We're going to go over a bunch of training rerolls, which ones are the best. But for the legends, Richard Seymour, sorry about the blurry image. It came from Twitter. Right end Raiders theme team gets another card, 89 speed. I believe I think he's 300 pounds for a right end, so he's more of a D tackle. He's an insane card. And then Keyshawn Johnson, I know it's a blurry, but the archetype is the main thing here. Route runner. He is now the fastest route runner in the game as well. Jets have easily the best wide receivers on theme team. I just went to 49ers, 25. I don't know if I'm going to pick up Keyshawn Johnson because I never like buying legends the first weekend they're out because they pretty much just tank in price after that first weekend. So I don't think I'm going to be picking up Keyshawn Johnson this weekend, but maybe going forward if I go back to Jets 25 out of 25, definitely will probably be picking up Keyshawn Johnson. But those are the legends today. That's the episode today. I know it was a long one, but we had a lot to go over. Content, Bo Jackson news, squad update. Investing, I noticed at the end of the video, I forgot to talk about this actually in the middle of this video. If you don't have a lot of coins, you really shouldn't be looking at investing. Investing should be kind of, it's your dessert when it comes to making coins. If you have a leftover mill, you can throw 500K in investment. If you have less than 300, 400K, really focus on coin making methods, right? Team builders, there's exchanges. You can go look up other YouTubers, man. Other YouTubers, Crazy Hot Boy E, J Money Good, they got great YouTube videos in terms of just making coins, because investments is really for the high end. It's kind of like you million coins, right? You bought a team for 800K, you have 200K left over. It's like if you use that 200K to basically make coins and build it back up, and let's say you have 50K left over for making coins, then you throw 50K into some quarterly investments. But investing shouldn't be your main source of income. It's just the cherry on top when it comes to making coins. But that is going to be all for episode 97 of the No Money Spent video tomorrow. Remember, no Money Spent video tomorrow, but there will be a video out tomorrow on rerolls. Comment if you have any questions. Discord link is in the description. What did I say? Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new, and until tomorrow, peace.